everyone! Last time we had a look at rhythm notation. We learnt that a crotchet was worth 1 beat, a minim was worth 2 beats, a semibreve was worth 4 beats and a quaver was worth half a beat. Today we're going to have a look at something called pitch notation. That's what helps us to read music. That's how we know which note to play. That's how we know how to play a high note or a low note, or where on the stave it falls. I did a recording of this a couple of weeks ago, so I thought I will show you on there. So don't be surprised if I change what I'm wearing, because I'm letting you into another bit of recording that I've already done just to teach you about pitch notation. Music is written on something called a stave. It has 5 lines. If you were playing the piano, you would have 2 lots of 5 lines, one for your right hand and one for your left hand. The one for your right hand is called the treble clef, and that's the one that you would use if you were playing the recorder. You might have seen it before. It looks like this. The treble clef is the name of that swirly shape at the beginning of the stave. And that's what we're going to use together today. When music is written down, you will also find some numbers at the beginning of the stave just after the treble clef. That's called the time signature. On here, it shows us that this piece of music is going to be in 4/4. That means that there's 4 beats in every bar. Music is split into bars. A bit like when you're writing a sentence, you use your finger spaces to show that you've finished a word and you're moving on to the next word. A bar line tells us when one bar ends and another one begins. It helps us break down the piece of music and helps us read it. Just like reading a book, you read a word at a time, and in music you read a bar at a time. Now, we know about the duration of a note, that's how long it lasts for. But let's have a look at the pitch of a note. I'm going to use my recorder to show you a low note. And then a high note. Have a listen and you'll hear that all the notes sound completely different. Now, when we read music, the way that the dots are positioned on the stave shows us which note to play. Some notes have a line running through them and they're on the line, and some notes are in the spaces. It looks like this. Let's have a look at the way that the notes are positioned in the spaces. I'll have a play of them on my recorder so you can see what they sound like. Can you hear the difference in the pitch? Can you also see what word the name of the note spells? It spells face, so when you're reading music, anytime you see a note that's in the spaces on the lines, you can use the word face to help you remember their names. F-A-C-E, face. Let's have a look at the notes on the lines. The names of the notes are E, G, B, D and F. On my recorder, they sound like this. You can hear the different pitch, can't you? They all sound different. When I was little, I learnt a rhyme to help me remember the names of the notes that are on the lines. And it was, every good boy deserves fudge. Now you can make up your own rhyme. I just will always remember that one because that's the one that I was taught when I was little. All you do is take the name of the note, say it's E, and then you come up with a word that starts with an E, and that will help you to write your own rhyme to remember what the notes are called when they're on the lines. Or you can just use mine. Every good boy deserves fudge. I tried to have a think of another one, and I came up with Ellie's green boots don't fit. Doesn't matter what the rhyme is, as long as you can remember it yourself. Now, when you look on the stave, the lower notes are towards the bottom of the stave, and the higher notes are towards the top of the stave. Let's have a look at what they look like all together. This time they're written using semibreves instead of crotchets, but even though the duration is longer, you can still see where the note is sitting. Some are on the lines, some are on the spaces. There are also two other notes right at the beginning. That one's a C, a middle C, because it's got a line written through it, and a D, but they slightly fall off the stage so they don't come into our rhymes. You can add them in if you want to, though. You might also notice that the notes stop going through the alphabet when they get to a G. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they're called octaves. That's what it looks like on a piano, and the name of the notes all start again. Who fancies having a bit of a quiz with me? See if you can use your rhyme or the word face to help you work out what notes I'm going to show you. So what I'll do is I'll put a note on the screen and you need to tell me the name of the note and its duration. So for example, this is an A and it's a minim, so it's worth 2 beats. Let's see if you can do these ones with me. Well done. That one is an F and it's a quaver. It's worth half a beat. Let's have a look at another one. Great. This is a G and it's a crotchet. It's worth 1 beat. Yes, this is a B and it's a semibreve, and a semibreve is worth 4 beats. Last one. Well done. That one is an E and it's a crotchet, so it's worth 1 beat. I hope that was really helpful to you. Remember, every good boy deserves fudge, helps us know the names of the notes on the line, and face helps us remember the names of the notes in the spaces. I wanted to show you a piece of music. It's a song called Greensleeves, and people think that it was written by Henry VIII. I don't know if we'll ever know for sure, but wouldn't it be exciting if it was written by Henry VIII? Have a look at the music. Now you can see the stave, you can see the treble clef, you can see some of the notes on the lines and some of the notes in the spaces. You can see the words underneath. I'd like to teach you this song so that next time we can use this song again to compose our own song. After we've learnt the song, you'll be able to download this piece of music, and I have done it as a bit of a quiz for you to see if you can use what you've learnt about pitch notation to work out which notes are being written and which notes need to be played. See if you can fill in the missing notes. But first, let's have a listen to this tune. It's called Greensleeves. And I could imagine Henry VIII writing this, as we already knew he was a really good musician, wasn't he? So have a little listen to the melody first. It starts on an E. So that is the tune of Greensleeves. Now there's also some words to it. Could you imagine if Henry VIII had written this song for one of his wives? I guess we'll never know, but it's fun to imagine things like that. I'll see if I can play it to you, and I'll sing it to you too, and then you can have a join in with me and see if you can learn this song. Then next time we'll already know the melody. Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you well and long, delighting in your company. Greensleeves was all my joy, Greensleeves was my delight, Greensleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady Greensleeves? Shall we try it together? Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you well and long, delighting in your company. Greensleeves was all my joy, Greensleeves was my delight, Greensleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady Greensleeves? Well done. I'm going to see if I can find out any more facts about that song. See if we can find out anything about where it came from. If it was Henry VIII, that would be really exciting. Next time, we're going to look at that tune again. We're going to sing it together, and then we're going to see if we can write our own words to the song and basically compose our own song, maybe using facts about Henry VIII or the Tudors or something that you've learnt in one of your other lessons. So I'll really look forward to that, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. Keep singing, keep making music.